everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into a powerful feature of PHP called reflection. So grab your favorite editor and let's start. In simple terms, reflection is the ability of a program to inspect its own structure at runtime. Think of like having a mirror for your code. You can use reflection to do a lot of things. The following things you could use reflection to do is inspect classes, methods, properties, dynamically invoke methods, create new instances of class, read documents. So let us get started. Alright, so our language of choice is PHP, so we'll start off with the basic and display the core function of reflections. Alright, so let's get started. So first thing is we'll create a class with some properties. Don't worry too much about you can pause and look at the code, but there will be a link to the website with the code. Alright, so the first thing is we create a class. We have two properties, we have a function. Alright, so the first thing that we will do, we will call the reflection library. So we create a class, we'll create a reflection object by using reflection class. This will give us access to all the reflection capabilities of PHP. So the first thing we will do is echo the class name and let us run it just to ensure that there's not an error. Look like we forgot to add our PHP tag at the top. We got our class. The next thing that we'll do, we'll get an array of methods. So after that, we'll print out the properties. And let us see if we can print out some comments too as well. Right. So yeah, so we have the name of the class, we get the methods, we get the properties, we got the comments, which again, these are pretty cool. So this would allow us to do a lot of things. Frameworks tend to use these a lot to dynamically load classes. If you're building maybe a compiler, validator, and you want to dynamically run these, reflection is the perfect thing. Alright, so the next thing that we'll be working with reflection is the parameters. So we are going to see if we can get a parameter, and reflection would be a good way to document your code, to generate application that automatically document your code. Alright, so working with parameters, so we want to know what are the parameters in our methods. Alright, so again, we use the reflection class to get a method, and we want to know what the parameters are. So this we'll use parameters. So we got the parameters. Let's print the parameters. So we'll loop through the parameters. I think I rushed ahead and created an instance, but that's fine. Let's remove this for the time being. Let us Alright, so we know that it requires a parameter that's named awesome and it's a string. So you're able to go through the parameters with this for loop, see what is there. You're able to call, so we're able to just use a reflection class, get the method, go through the parameters, loop through them, get the type to as well, right? Alright, so so that's parameter. The next thing is to create an instance of the class. So we are able to use reflection to just create a new instance of our class. So we could dynamically create an instance based on some input. Um, so we wouldn't have to be hard coded to hard coded. So we could instantiate a class based on runtime values of it, which this would allow us to easily add additional functionalities without major changes. So pretty cool stuff. So all you have to do is reflection class, new instance. You get an instance and you print your instance. Our code is getting. Oh wow! So we have an issue, and I forgot the semicolon. And there we go. So created a new instance of our class right there, so it's pretty cool. Alright, so we went through quite a number of stuff. For the rest of the tutorial, we're going to run through a nice example that we have of using factory instantiating classes based on the name of based on just using a string. So alright, so let's create our example. Alright, so we have three classes here: oak tree, pine tree, mango tree. Alright, so we have our tree class. We're going to create a tree factory here that uses reflection. Right, so we have our tree factory here. So we have our name of our class and we matched it. We match a short name to the name of the classes, and we have a function that creates a class. So what the function is doing here, if you pass a string, it checks to know if the type, if it's an unknown type, it'll return an unknown type. But if the type exists, it gets the name of the class and then it uses a reflector class to instantiate a new class based on the string that is passed to it. So let's show you how the code will look. So we'll create our factory, new tree factory. We have our tree types, and we're going to loop through it and pass the name. So we'll loop through it and we'll put in another additional one to show that fake tree, to show that it is fake. Alright, so we have our class there. Alright, so let us run, and we have no issue. Cannot declare class tree name because the name is already in use. So we have a slight issue here. Seems we have, these little issues happen, and we have a next syntax error, and it's showing because there's a fake tree type there, so it shows an error. So we got to remove that fake tree type, and we'll just run. And beautiful. So we instantiate the class by passing. We have an array of the tree type, and we pass the name. Checks instantiate the classes using reflection, so you don't have to declare the class. So this makes it a lot easier to just add additional classes, create a class, add them here, and you get additional functionality. You can replace the underlying class. So there's a lot of things reflection can do. So it's pretty cool topic that would involve a lot. But this is the basic of it. All right, thank you.